Hello everyone, and welcome to the Back Garden Yard channel. Today's video we are going to be planting the 2026 taro crop. Now you want to go ahead and plant your taro, and you want to plant your tubers in the fall, and that way then when the time is right they'll just come popping on out of the ground next year, and you will get a harvest just like these that I've got. Now these are what's left. We've already eaten them about 6 times, and I've still got plenty more, and these are going into the basement into a cool dry space for storage, and we'll eat these throughout the winter. They'll probably last through Christmas or January. Now I've got another whole area of these tubers ready to plant, and I'll show you those in just a second. So here is the tropical taro patch that I planted, and it's a rather large patch this year. These are big, and they've been bigger. These are smaller leaves. It's the end of the season. So what I did when I harvested the taro was I went through and I took all the tubers that I didn't want to clean, like these right here. There's just not much to it, and these are going to be the ones I plant for next year. And on some of these, this has been rained on a couple times now, and some of these have started to sprout, and that's exactly what I was hoping they would do. As you can see here, I've got a little sprout coming out on this one, and of course I'm going to put the whole thing down into the ground, and I'm going to leave this little top sticking up just barely above the soil line, and that way then I'll know where my rows are, and I'm going to plant them in rows. And anyway, so all these tubers will come up again. You can see right here where this one's trying to make a little sprout. I'm going to go over to the taro patch now and plow it, and I have a new plow this year. My son gave me his plow. It's called a Legend Force, and it's a much newer rototiller than the 20-year-old one I've been using, and it's really strong. So let me go show you how this works as we plow up the taro patch. Okay folks, so here is the rototiller that my son gave me because he moved to a house where he can't have a plowed garden, so he didn't need it, so he has loaned it, given it to me, and it is quite a beast. So we're going to plow the taro field today with this, and first I will let you see it as it goes by sideways, and I'll get it up and put it behind it, and you can see just what a machine this thing is. This is going to make my tilling for the garden about 3 or 4 times as easy as it was with my other machine. So just take a look at this. Okay folks, so that literally took 5 minutes to plow up this nice section of earth here for the taro patch. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over on this side near the lettuce, and as you can see, the winter weeds have already just taken over my lettuce patch, so I'll be getting out here and pulling these weeds out of the lettuce patch. But later on they'll come back in and they will get into the taro patch, and these things get so tall by the time it gets to be March or April when the taro comes up that the taro literally has a hard time getting enough sun to come through them. So what I will do is I will go ahead and leave enough room between the taro rows so that I can run that rototiller through the rows and at least take care of all the weeds that are coming up between the rows. Then I'll have to get out and pull the weeds that are in between the plants at least one time. I did that with this patch this year and it worked out very well. So I'm going to go ahead and make the rows, and then I will show you how I'm going to plant the tubers so they'll come up in a straight line and I'll know where they're at. Okay, let's get with it. So we've got a rain front coming through tonight, and this is going to be perfect for me to go ahead and get these in the ground, and then they'll get watered. Now I am not going to use any fertilizer. I don't actually want to try to sprout these with 3 nights from tonight. We're going to have 25 degrees, and of course I'm not actually trying to grow them. I just want them to put a few roots out and get ready for spring. So that's what's going on, but I definitely don't want to fertilize them until spring. At that point in time, I'll probably put a little bit of chicken manure and 10-10-10 on them, and then one more time during the growing season, and I'll have a very, very nice taro crop again. So anyway, here I go making the rows, and it's very important to make them very, very deep. That's why I plowed very, very deep. It's going to be really easy to make my rows. So here we go. Okay, so now you can see that these rows are 3 or 4 inches deep. They're all 3 or 4 inches deep here. And what I'm going to literally do, I'm just going to put the bulbs in, and then I'm going to cover them up to the top by just pulling other soil in. And I'm going to pull it from this side, so hopefully this will sit here and keep them from washing during the winter. And then I will mark each end of each row with a stone, and that way then I know exactly where the rows are and where I'll be looking for the taro to come up through the winter weeds that will come up this winter. So that's what I'm going to do. Let's get doing it. Okay, so I've got them laid out very nicely. So now that's what I want to do, is pull this dirt over, and that way cover them up. If they're small, cover them completely up, and if they're large like this, just leave the stem poking out. There we go, like that. And you do want to pack it down just a little to keep it from washing. There we go. And that's all we have to do to plant them. But you want that bulb to be under the ground line, because if the ground freezes, it could literally kill your bulb. So it will freeze during the winter, especially in January, but if you've got it packed down right, it won't kill them. May kill some of them, but you'll never know it, because they'll come up plenty thick planting them like this. So real quickly, this is how the other 3 rows look before I cover them up. I'll just walk down one of them right quick and show you that I've just got those old tubers, the ones that I didn't think were worthy of actually trying to salvage to eat for my planting stock. And I've just got them all the way down the row there. And then here's the next row. Exactly the same thing. I try not to have them touching, but the small ones can get close to the large ones, and that's the way I do it. And then over here is the last row, exactly the same thing. So I've got 4 nice rows of taro for next year. And there we go, folks. That's how you plant tropical taro in North Georgia. And so I'm going to end this video now. Then we will come back next spring and I'll show you how they came up. Of course, that'll be another video. But if you're very excited to see how this garden keeps growing, even during the winter, a lot of these plants will continue to grow, like the lettuce and the kale and the purple mustards. So please like and subscribe, because the 2026 garden, I've got some new ideas for things I'm going to plant. I know you're going to want to be hanging around for that. And thank you for watching.